big can this guy be?
He eats planets. So, like, way bigger than a planet.
In the end, everything you cared for will be consumed.
Maybe there's another way to save our home.
You've never faced anything like this. Let them come.
Welcome back to another movie review. I am Dylan Gable, and today we're talking about Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. It is directed by Stephen Caple Jr., who also directed Creed 2, and it's set in the 90s, where these two people from Brooklyn, Noah and Elena, who are caught in the midst of a battle as the Autobots and the Maximals team ally together to stop Unicron. So before I get into my thoughts on this film, I'm going to sum up my thoughts on the previous films. The Michael Bay ones and Bumblebee. Okay, so the first movie I thought was pretty good. It was a lot of fun. The second movie, Revenge of the Fallen, total trash. I hated it. Dark of the Moon I thought was probably the second best out of all the live action ones. It actually had a pretty good plot, and I also liked Leonard Nimoy as the villain. There's a lot of good stuff there. Age of Extinction, it's, I don't hate it like a lot of people do. That's what I can say. It's not the worst Transformers movie. Revenge of the Fallen is worse. And then there's The Last Knight. Oh boy, that's talking about terrible filmmaking. Holy shit, The Last Knight is a nightmare when it comes to editing and filmmaking. It is awful. And then Bumblebee. It's the best of the live action ones. Seriously, Bumblebee was fucking great. If you haven't seen it, I recommend checking it out. Okay, so now that we got those out of the way, what do I think of Rise of the Beasts? It's not as good as Bumblebee. I think I liked the first live action one more too. And I think it's about on the level of Dark of the Moon for me. This movie was a lot of fun. I love the action. The action sequences were fucking great. I loved it. The special effects I thought were fucking masterfully done. I didn't find a single moment in this movie where the CGI was bad. You know, I think Marvel should take notes from this film when it comes to special effects. Because, yeah, they were all top-notch here. Everything looked convincing. The action is great and the visuals are great. Which is what I expect from Transformers. Okay, so now, what do I think of the human characters? This is the big one here. Because you know how these movies are famous for their obnoxious, or either obnoxious or very, very uninteresting characters. Well, I am happy to say that this movie fucking, just like Bumblebee, breaks that cycle. I loved the human characters were really good in this film. The two main characters here, I actually cared about them. They were actually likable. They were not obnoxious. I found them very interesting. They were actual characters. They actually, to me, kind of served a purpose here, and I liked it. They're not like Sam Witwicky, where like, Optimus B! Running around, screaming, repeating himself. It's nothing like that here. Which, there hasn't been since Dark of the Moon, but still, it's nice to have some actual characters here. Like some human characters that actually feel like characters. And yeah, it moves at a really good pace too. This movie's only 2 hours and 7 minutes. It's one of the shorter films in this franchise, and yeah, this movie moves by quick. That's because of all the really good action and the actually interesting story and the good characters. You know, this movie actually does what a movie should do. It provides the entertainment and it provides stuff you can connect to. It's really good. Do I have any issues with Transformers Rise of the Beasts? I will say the final act isn't as good as I thought it would be. Don't get me wrong, there's some really cool moments in the final act. I just wish it was in a more interesting location. I don't know, the final act of this film kind of reminded me, location-wise, of The Last Night. Where they're just fighting in the middle of nowhere. And, yeah, I just wish there could have been... I just wish there would have been a more interesting location, you know? But that's just a nitpick for me. Also, Optimus Prime is kind of a douchebag in this movie. He's always mad at the Autobots for all the dumbest shit. He's angry all the time. He's always bitching at them. He's always, he always feels like he's like one step away from like ending one of the Autobots. I don't know, it was kind of weird to me. It's not like the same kind of out of character Optimus Prime like in Age of Extinction, but I don't know, to me it was kind of weird. It felt really weird for Optimus Prime. Overall, I really enjoyed Rise of the Beasts. I highly recommend it if you're a Transformers fan. Oh yeah, another issue I have. There could have been more beasts. I almost forgot about that. This movie could have used more of the Maximals. They're not treated like the Dinobots in Age of Extinction, but there could have been more Maximals, in my opinion. Could have used some more of them. It would have made the movie even more entertaining. But overall, yeah, I enjoyed Rise of the Beasts. I think it's a lot of fun. If you're a Transformers fan, especially if you're a Beast Wars fan, there will be a lot of good stuff for you to like here. Overall, I think it's a good time, and I'm going to give Transformers Rise of the Beasts a B+. So what did you think of Transformers Rise of the Beasts? Comment below, let me know. And if you like my stuff, you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.